Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to a very exciting episode of Talking Heads. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan and I'm going to be with you for the next 30 minutes. And we're going to be talking about, it's the 22nd episode. I'm super excited. Yeah, can you imagine? 22 episodes already on the Talking Heads on USA Global TV and Radio. Thank you, Dr. Jacqueline, for giving me this amazing golden opportunity. And as we all know, it's not scripted. There's no script. And to be honest, sometimes I think to myself when I'm doing this, I think, what topic am I going to talk about? And I kind of wait until I've gone into that heart space and have that no distractions. And then it's almost like my heart starts speaking out. This is what's going to be talked about. So today's episode of Talking Heads is going to be about from a lotus flower to a diamond life. That's quite interesting, isn't it? It's quite deep as well. All right. As with everything, let's go in and home in. Now, a lotus flower is just above the water, is such a fragile, delicate, beautiful beauty. But beneath it, all the murky waters, a lotus flower is not not birthed in beauty at the beginning. In fact, no. A lotus flower grows in the undergrowth of all the murky waters and the filthy dirt, and it begins in the dirt. And the dirtier it is, the lotus flower root will grow. And I'm not trying to do a plant show now. I'm just giving an example. So with somebody's life is we are lotus flowers. Yes, we begin and we end up having our lessons from the University of Life. And that's when we are actually trying to survive our roots through all the murky mud and then all the different dangers below the water, hidden. And that's what it is, in the way that we have to be this lotus flower because we grow from that. I guess it's the same thing as the caterpillar to the butterfly, transcends. But with the lotus flower, it's having to deal with it has very delicate roots. So there's the dirt, and then there's animals that are swimming past, and there's animals that want to eat it. So basically, that's when the lessons are coming in, and the harsher the lesson, the more it means you need to connect to your highest truth, to connect to who you are. So with the lotus flower, with that, you have to learn from your lessons. And the more lessons you have, you can then turn those lessons into stepping stones and add another layer after another layer so that you become stronger. So with the lotus flower, you have to also learn to be in true discernment and know when it's good to talk and to express, and know when it's not a good time to speak your truth or to express. Because there's a lot of people out there that are continually expressing who they are. But is that the real person? Is that just the mask? Because a lot of people function in a 3D. And as we're saying, 3D is the limited self, the limited life, a life of lack, a life that's your life, which is controlled by the outer reality. So with that, it's easy for people to reel off scripts, reel off more of the same, and not actually feel what they're actually saying and expressing. And when you have lived a lotus flower life in the way that you've now come up from the murky waters and now you're starting to blossom like this in the water with the lily pads and the flower blooming. At that point when you're blooming is the point where you can have true discernment, and you know if someone is actually living their life in a mask or by a mask. It's almost like it's a warning. You just know that vibration is not ringing true with me. That statement or that what happened is not ringing, not resonating within my field. Now, what doesn't resonate with you may resonate with someone else. So that's when we have to take the discernment of truth, where we don't judge this. We realize, okay, this is not for me. However, who am I to judge? This could be the right medicine, the right words, the right energy, the right vibration for another person. So everything, how can I say? Everything is part of the collective, and there is nothing wasted. All the lessons that you learn as you're in the murky waters, every single lesson, every single experience, every single person you met during the time you're in those murky waters is an absolute valid key and a valid lesson for you to become and be freed to become the beautiful, evolving flower, the lotus flower. So the lotus flower is about being humanitarian. How could it being unconditional, being compassionate, where you're still living in a 3D, but your heart is awakening. Now, from a lotus, so therefore you can have true discernment when you feel there's there isn't a truth ringing. It doesn't resonate with you. And if it doesn't, don't judge it. Just come away from it and say, hey, this is not for me. It's okay to say no. It's okay to not be okay as well. This is what we all have to learn. It is okay to say no. And if the other person gets offended because you said no, then there's something within them that is reflected, which is a fear that's coming out. And you are the person that is triggering this just by saying no. So that means that other person needs to go within and check out. As I was saying, with all the episodes, I always talk about on the University of Life. I call this the University of Life. It's important for you to realize that everything that you wish to have an answer to and for, a solution or a resolution, is the knowledge is in your heart. Yes, it's in your heart. With your true intention, it's within your heart. So the guru is in your heart, and you will receive the answers to a problem, to a situation, to even if you don't know what you're doing in your life and you want to go and you want to find out what your mission is, or you want to find out what you are good at. By connecting with your heart, you will find all the answers, but you have to stop and come away from all the distractions, because you cannot go into that sacred heart space if you got too many distractions, too much monkey chatter, because you have to start feeling with the heart. You have to start thinking with your heart. So, as well as you think with your intellect, there is within our heart a space where we can think with our heart. So we feel with our heart and we can think with our heart. So when we've become this lotus flower, we need to then, from there, we need to evolve. So a lotus flower is living in 3D, but kind of going into 4D, realizing, awakening the heart, just having the compassion, just having compassion and unconditional love. The beginning of it, however, because when we do the lotus flower, we need to then go into a diamond life. What is that? All right. So when you find a diamond, you don't find the diamond being in its purest essence, in its divine, glorious, brilliant shine. No, you find a diamond that is with rock around it, hard surfaced rock around it. So it needs to be chipped away. And there also needs to be added heat substance in order for it to become the shining diamond purity that it is. So with that, once you've in the lotus flower, then you need the diamond. And the diamond is, these are the lessons. This is when you learn not to judge, not to condemn, not to criticize, not to blame, and definitely not to gossip. Yet, Each and every one of us experience this on a day-to-day basis, maybe even hourly. And some of us don't even realize we do it. Because if there is still unresolved issues that's within you, that is fear-based, then you cannot ascend into a light and love and unconditional compassionate soul if you are still have remnants of these old habits. It's a very complex time now for humanity, because never before have we had this opportunity with so much light that's been shone from the universe into the Earth's outer system, into the deep core of the Earth, into the grid. This is the time when everything is all getting all, if you think about the water in the dirty glass, and the more you pour the water, the grime starts to dislodge and then rise up to the surface, the waters get murky, and then more water, and suddenly pours out and becomes clearer and cleaner. That's exactly what's happening with this light. This light is highly charged gamma rays, photon, from a great central sun. And what it's doing is illuminating the darkness. Yes. So there's no shadows. All shadows, all darkness is being, like, you know, when you put a big bright spotlight, ding, like this. Well, everywhere around the world, this massive spotlight is being shone on every dark corner, on every dark energy. It's all being shone, and it's being shone so that it can be purified and it can return the energy. Remember, everything is energy. It needs to be returning back to the original source, to its original prime, to its purest form. So with a diamond shining life, you tell me, you know, honestly, is there anyone on this earth who has a diamond shining purity life? If you have this, it means that you're actually living in 5D, in a full existence. But it's impossible. It's something that we are work in progress as humanity. We will evolve to this, but it's not yet ready yet, because we have many different issues that need to be resolved, from our personal wars to our global, and I would say wars as in the new war really is within us. It's our personal war. It's about clearing, having the defenses to clear all our issues and our pain, and to clear it, to clear everything that is resonating in the old belief system. And that's what the diamond shining life is. It means that once you've been a lotus flower, then you need to go on to the next level, which is into a cave, like a cave with the diamond, and to chip away. And extreme heat needs to be applied in order for this diamond to be chipped, to be shaped, to become magnificent. And that's where we all are. That's where we're all as human collective consciousness. That's where we are all evolving to be. But remember, this world is not 5D. The old world and the old belief systems are crumbling. And we are starting to question ourselves. But remember, and as I've said this before, not everyone has agreed to ascend. Therefore, we have to have the compassion, the unconditional love. Not everybody wants this. And we have to honor that too. Because if you try to push someone that's a lotus flower to become a diamond, and they're not ready, that will have a devastating effect on your own karmic life. You will build a karma, and not good karma, because maybe that person, that soul has agreed to wake up somewhere else in another dimension. And it's not for us to play. It's not for us to play God. That's it. Even though we have our God, goddess, divinity, as in we are part of the universe, the Father, Mother, God, the male and the divine mind and divine heart, the heart and soul, the mind and the soul. We should not play God. We have no right to do that, because if we do that, then we're doing judging. We're judging. So some people are ready for the diamond shining purity of life. Some people still want to remain in the murky waters. They don't want to be a lotus flower. Some people are just happy being a lotus flower and just being humanitarian and just doing what they can in a moralistic life. And there's some people that want to, if they've been called, to go that extra mile to become that diamond. But when you start to become the diamond, that is when the lessons really start triggering you. So you learn the lessons in a 3D perspective to become a lotus flower. Then in order for you to become from 4D into the beginning of being a beingness, to understand the whole beingness of us and the God, goddess, divinity, the higher Christ, the higher consciousness, that's when you start to chip away and more heat is going to be applied. Because remember, the master path of love is not an easy one. It really isn't. I've been on this path about 7 years now. I'm still slipping up, and I think I still will. And it's just little things that trigger. For me, when someone promises something, I think it's important to honor that. And if you can't honor it, at least make that connection to explain. You don't have to explain the reason. You just say, I can't do this right now. And that will be enough. But when you remain silent and you don't do anything, then that causes friction. And that causes overthinking. And that causes the drama. We dramatize it even more than what it really is. Because we don't know, and that person didn't let you know, we dramatize. And that's what's going on a regular basis. We're triggering each other. And it's going to be like this because all the all the energy, all the lower energies in earth, the energy, it needs to be purified. So not only are we picking up our own stuff, but we are picking up everything else that we've created as a human collective consciousness throughout eons of time, what we have done to our home planet. And it's all getting cleared up. Each, how can I say, each band, each situation, each like war is getting cleared up. That's why it's surfacing like crazy, because it needs to be cleared. It needs to be purified, it needs to go. And there's going to be more things that's going to be in the education sector, in the political, in the banking, monetization, centrals, it's all starting to get, how can I say, dislodged, to be purified. And it's got to be forgiven as well. Because remember, we've lived eons of time. So we may have been that person, that energy giving out like that. We live in this life, but we've lived in other lives. Therefore, what right do we have to judge? We don't. We really don't. What we have is forgiveness. We have to forgive. So a diamond shining life is about looking and going on that path of understanding the lessons of judgment, blame, condemnation, criticism, and, oh my goodness, judgment, blame, condemnation, criticism, and gossip. Gossip is a big one. Gossip is big. And the diamond shining life is about applying this and knowing when you're actually doing this yourself, or when you're interacting with someone. A diamond shining life is about the innocence, returning to your childlike essence. Have you noticed that when children are at play with their invisible friends, or they're just at play with themselves or with their friends, they're not judging. They're in the now moment. They're just playing. They're expressing. They're not thinking about, oh, what's someone going to think of me? Oh, this and this and this. No, they're just so free and childlike. And that's what the diamond shining life is. It's returning back to innocence. So everything that you learn, going through the murky waters, becoming the lotus flower, you then have to return and be rebirthed again. But this time, with everything that you learn, you then apply for the diamond shining life, the diamond shining purity. And the diamond shining purity is about connecting to that sacred inner sanctum of your heart and your higher consciousness, which is a greater love and a greater light. And with that, there's going to be many, many, many different lessons. So, wow, isn't that quite a broad spectrum? A big wow. So isn't it crazy? We become the lotus flower and think this is wow, this is it, this is all that is. No, next thing is your diamond shining. You need to earn that. Or some people just will stay the lotus flower. And some people don't want to be a lotus flower. They want to stay in the murky waters. So we have to respect and love. And know that everything is there for everyone to have a lesson with. And I tell you something else that's helping with the diamond shining life. When you begin on that journey of the diamond shining life, you start to magnetize your soul cosmic family. Yes, your soul sister, soul brother, but your soul soul cosmic. It's almost like galactic. And because you have your soul brother, soul sister in the lotus flower. Yeah. But when you do the diamond shining life, you have your soul tribe. People that are like-minded, hearts that are there, people that are not operating from an ego, but just purely from their heart. And what is about that, a diamond shining purity, which I'll tell you now, I don't know why it's just coming through. If you're posting and posting as an influencer, your product or something like this, you keep posting and posting, which is great. I understand that. Yeah. But let's say there's someone out there that keeps reaching out to everybody else, but no one's actually listening. It's time to actually look at your posts. Yes, read them, not for your glorification, but look at them, because there might just be a little lotus flower that wants to discover their diamond shining purity. Or someone that's in the murkiness that wants to become a lotus flower. We are all here to help. Therefore, I would suggest once a week, call it Help Day. You choose 2 people from your posts that have reached out to you, or you have true discernment, and you help them in any way you can, not to glorify your name or to help the product, but because you know that by helping, that person will go on to their shining purity. They will shine like a diamond, or they will become that beautiful lotus flower that they've always dreamed to be. That's why we're here. We're here to help each other, not just keep posting about who we are and what we're doing. Look at your posts, because in those posts, there might be just that person that's been crying out. And that's what happened with me. I was in a heart space, and then suddenly it's like, universe, Father, Mother, God just said, start looking at the post, start looking in between. And they will magnetize to you. They will. So it's important. Yeah, it's important to promote. Yes, it's important to brand. Yes, yes. But you know what? What is most important is to help others and be of service. And by that, it means you need to have your eyes open, your ears alerted, and your heart ready to receive that little voice, that person, not little, that heart that's speaking out to be heard, that wants to be heard, that wants to be given a chance to. So remember, don't get so occupied in yourself, absorbed in yourself, that you forget that one little posting that could change someone's life, no matter how you help them. It might not be about money. It might be about a connection. It might be about actually designing something for them, helping them, because this is the only way we are going to change this world. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan, and before I say goodbye, as quirky and murky as I am, Gaffer, hi Gaffer, Priscilla, hello Priscilla, that's lovely. Priscilla is definitely someone to reach out. She's amazing. She runs a children's charity, and she's going to be booked. She's already booked for USA Global TV and radio for some of the shows. And so I've been helping her out. And she is definitely one of those special hearts that called out. So be ready, be alert, help each other. Remember, it's not about keep building and building your brand. Yeah, you've got to do that, but you've got to have a balance. So let's help each other. We're here to serve, and serve we must. Serve in the way of God's plan. And what's God's plan? Light and love. No judgment. Unconditional compassion. That's what we are. Okay, I'm going to end now with a song. It's called Like the Stars, because if we go from a lotus flower to a diamond life, diamond shining purity, then we got to go into star cosmic. But that's another show. But anyway, I just feel inspired. Okay. Waking up to another day as the sun begins to shine. I open my window far out. I see a world that's so alive. So given the acts we choose, roles we play, rehearsing all our lines. Not satisfied with what we've got. Pretend to be when we're not. What you do when you feel times are low, things aren't real, and it doesn't seem right. With a will, you'll succeed. Always try and believe. And the answers to arrive, like the stars we are love shining. Wings of love takes us high flying to the place our love is shining. Feeling love in a special way, like the stars we are love shining. Wings of love takes us high flying to a place that love's inviting. Feeling love in a special way, special way. My name is Dr. Madalene Chan. I've loved every minute of today. Thank you so much. And yeah, I'm quirky, murky and quirky and starry and perky. All right, then I will see you next week. Thank you so much. Much love. Mwah. Bye-bye.